What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Littleroot Laddering. This week we have a team provided to us by Tim K on Discord. I want to confirm that that's the correct name. Yeah, cool. Okay. Who, if you haven't listened to this week's podcast, which came out yesterday, I highly recommend it. Actually, after the episode went live, he messaged us on Discord and was saying, hey, you were kind of misinterpreting what this team was doing. So, quickly to explain what we're doing, we have Entrainment Mold Breaker on Hawlucha, in which we are going to give Mold Breaker to Boltund, be able to switch in the Raichu and electrify through our own Raichu's Lightning Rod to be able to draw in our opponent's attacks to Raichu to give it a stat boost. So, really, way more interesting than I originally thought. And I'm really excited to see how this goes. First match of the day, we have a team. This is a team. So we have Dragapult, Arcanine, Chansey, Primarina, Weezing, and PZ. So I think I really like Togekiss Crocodile up front. I want to check this Gyarados. It's Intimidate. Okay. Waterfall Bounce. And I think I like Raichu. I don't think the Intimidate from Gyarados is actually needed. So I think I like Raichu Boltund in the back. Probably not actually. Probably Hawlucha. Like the Boltund is not really going to be putting out much damage. So being able to just have an additional damage source in the back seems more ideal for us. So this is going to be most likely a alternate version of what we're the secondary effect of this team of going for Anger Point Crocodile. I have no idea how much this Air Slash is actually going to do to. Oh, with this Weezing out, it's not going to do any. Is it neutralizing guess? It is. Okay. So I believe I like Gleam plus. What happens if we Dynamax here? We could also just go Gleam plus Rock Slide. That does a lot of damage. We could also just spam Earthquake. Like, Togekiss is immune. We get Stab. We hit really hard. So we do see the Icy Wind from PZ, not normally what you see, and notably the PZ is faster than us through Choice Scarf. Well, Weezing's going down this turn, that's cool. You're gonna see the Sludge Bomb into the Togekiss, can we live it? Yes we do, because we're, oh, fortunately we get picking up the poison there. Not the best. Almost a double KO on turn one. I will take it though. Really, really good turn one for us. Download PZ. We were actually talking on Discord today. We're like, you know, now that P2 is out of the format, starting for Series 6, you don't have to like spec your defense to be higher or to be lower than your special defense anymore on your walls. Because download doesn't exist. Like, download's just not gonna be a thing that exists anymore, so. So I think this turn, we're gonna go for the Extreme Speed into the PZ. I really like Dynamaxing and going for. I think I like Rockfall. Like, Rockfall is going to let us set up Sand. Like, Togekiss is going down this turn regardless. So do we want Sand or do we want the special defense boost? Either way, we're getting a defense boost. So I think it's probably actually correct to go for Quake there just because it is Stab. We're gonna see a big Arcanine. This is really interesting. This is not at all what I envisioned when we went into this game. So we are going to see the Dynamax here. Notably, the Arcanine is faster than Crocodile, but I can't imagine that it actually has anything that's going to be threatening to us, like overly threatening, I should say. Like, this might just be like Max Flare. And if that's the case, then having the Sand go up is probably better for us. Extreme Speed into the P2, the PZ, picking up the KO there. Extreme Speed on Togekiss is not something you see, so really just not at all expected. We're gonna see the Knuckle go into Crocodile, gonna give them their attack boost. And we're gonna see the Rock Fall into the Arcanine, almost picking up the KO on it too. Oh, no wonder we crit. I thought Togekiss was supposed to be the one that crits everything. Not quite low enough to go down to Sand. I wonder if it's in Fake Out range. If not, I know it's in Thunderbolt range. They're going to send out Primarina, and we're going to send out Raichu, and we are in a really, really dominant position here, it seems like. So the question is do we Thunderbolt down the Arcanine, or do we go for the Fake Out? I mean, either way, we're faster than them. And I think I want to go for a Quake into the Primarina, just to attempt to get a special defense boost. Granted, we are running Assault Vest Raichu here, so we should be able to take this hit from the Primarina just fine. Thunderbolt is enough to pick up the KO, as like I figured that would be like 1000% correct to do. I wasn't sure if Fake Out was going to be enough. We're faster than the Primarina with Crocodile as well. So we are going to get this Quake off before they go for, I'm assuming, Hyper Voice here. Which, that is exceptionally well for us. Just going to go for a Scald. Okay, picking up the KO on the Crocodile. But now it's a 2v1 with our Raichu being extremely bulky. And us having a Halucha out as well, which I can't imagine they're going to be able to deal with. Citrus Berry, cool. So probably no Hyper Voice from them. Hyper Voice is really common. I would still anticipate them having a Hyper Voice. So we're just going to go for Aerial Ace because this is our only damaging move on the Halucha. So we go for the Thunderbolt. We will go for the Aerial Ace, and that probably is going to be enough to pick up the KO, especially since we know it is a Citrus Berry and it not, for some reason, Wakan Berry. Okay, just going to see the Protect this turn, which if that's the case, we might taunt him next turn, just to get him. Halucha is faster than Raichu. That's insane. That is actually really good to know, too. So we'll Thunderbolt. I'm gonna go for the taunts. We're gonna get him. No more protecting. I can't imagine that they live this turn, but just to be safe. Alright, well, they lived this turn. But we got the para. Maybe they'll be para this turn. They are. We're so good at this game. It would have, just obviously been correct to go for Aerial Ace and pick up the KO, but now we get the style on them. Yeah, okay. Sandstorm's enough to pick up the KO. I wasn't sure if it was going to be, but I will take the win. So not exactly the most correct. Okay, the most on paper way to play this team, but we just basically got to be hyper offense there in that game, and it worked out for us. So let's jump into another game here and see how high we can climb on the ladder. I mean, we raised 1,000 standings, places. I don't know. I've never been in Master Ball, so I actually don't know what to call them. I was gonna say points, but points is not correct. So we're gonna see Torkoal, Pikachu, Tyranitar, Dusclops, Snorlax, Venusaur. Really interesting team here from the opponent. It's a hard Trick Room with the Dusclops, but we also have Sun Mode with Venusaur, Torkoal. So what do we like? How do we deal with them setting up Trick Room on turn 1? Do we actually have a way of dealing with it? They don't have any redirection. So maybe we just lead Togekiss Crocodile again and just try to aggro them out of this game? Oh, we just have Hawlucha. Yeah, so we can just actually go Hawlucha, Boltund, Raichu, and then I think I like Gyarados more than Crocodile here, only because of Venusaur. So we're better against Venusaur with Gyarados. I was gonna say we're marginally worse against Tyranitar, only because of potential Stone Edge or Rock Slide. But we should be faster than them to be able to deal with them. Yeah, I like Gyarados here. Plus they have a bunch of physical attackers, so just being able to potentially intimidate Cycle is really good for us as well. That's a league card I've never seen before. That background with the Cramomatic. That's really cool. So what are we gonna see here? We are gonna see Torkoal Venusaur as a lead. So there's actually a couple things we could do here. And I don't know what's correct. So we could potentially taunt the Venusaur to prevent Sleep Powder shenanigans. We could also entrainment the Venusaur to give it Mold Breaker to get rid of its Chlorophyll, which I actually don't hate. We can also just Nuzzle it. So what if we just taunt it and we Nuzzle it this turn? Just gonna withdraw the Venusaur. Okay. We're gonna see Tyranitar come out here. Okay. I think I'm fine with this. They are gonna be extremely slow now. Gonna pick up that para on the Tyranitar. We're gonna taunt them as well, be like, hey, whatever you're doing, stop it. And we're gonna see a Heat Wave come out. Gonna do a ton. Okay, crit on the Boltund. That would explain it. So it might be. Oh, and we're burnt. I actually missed the burn. So I think it's correct to go for coaching into the Boltund slot this turn and switch into Gyarados. And then next turn we can Dynamax the Gyarados, get rid of this weather. And we get the Intimidate off onto the Tyranitar as well. So now not only are they paralyzed, but they're also -1 attack. So they do go for a Rock Slide this turn. Oh, just gonna withdraw the Tyranitar. Are we going into Dusclops? Okay. I actually feel really good about our positioning here. Gonna get our coaching on. And notably, we don't have a super solid way of dealing with this Dusclops with the Gyarados, other than just brute forcing it, which may be the correct answer. Sandstorm damage all around. I'm assuming Raichu is faster than Gyarados. Oh yeah, by a mile. So we can actually bring Boltund out here and click Helping Hand. And Helping Hand plus Max Geyser might be enough to pick up the KO, since we are +1. We also go for Airstream. Geyser also, like, resets their weather. And is gonna make their Heat Wave do less. I really like Geyser here. So probably gonna see a Dynamax from the Venusaur in the late game here. So if we can deal with the Torkoal before the Venusaur comes back out, I think we're in a way better position. Just because the Venusaur is gonna be faster than Boltund, so we most likely are not gonna be able to get our Nuzzle off into it. We're gonna see that Helping Hand. We're gonna see the Geyser, which is enough to pick up the KO on the Dusclops. Okay, that's really good for us. Because now if they're clicking Heat Wave here, it's gonna do significantly less. Some might even say 50% less damage. But, semantics. Unfortunately, it is enough to pick up the KO on the Boltund, though. So we'll bring out Raichu here. We're gonna see the Tyranitar come back out. So we're actually in a really good position here, where we can click Surf on the Raichu, and we can click Geyser on the Gyarados. We can also Focus Blast the Tyranitar, but I think Surf is actually better because it can deal with both of their Pokemon here, and we can. I like taking out the Torkoal here because they have the Venusaur in the back. So we're gonna see a Dynamax here, most likely gonna be the Tyranitar. Please don't be Policy, because if so, that's gonna be really bad for us. It is the Tyranitar. Let's hope for a Para this turn. I think that'd be the best possible thing that could happen for us. Surf is going to do a ton to that Torkoal. And it is not Policy on the Tyranitar. Wonder what it is then. If it's not Policy, and it's not Lumberry, what else could Tyranitar carry? Might be Assault Vest. I don't know damage calcs with this team, so I don't know how much Assault Vest would do. We're going to see the Rock Fall into the Gyarados, which is not enough to pick up the KO, but the subsequent Sandstorm is going to be. So unfortunately, this puts us in a really bad position where it's Raichu versus the world, and the world has a Venusaur on their side. Plus, you know, a Tyranitar, which is also facing down and being very threatening. Maybe if we just, like, crit this Focus Blast, we could be in a pretty decent position. And then just, like... So we had to, like, crit the Focus Blast, not be put to sleep, and go for, like, Thunderbolt, try to get a Para, and just stall out the game. We're not in a good position, but definitely not unwinnable. I wonder how much Focus Blast is going to do to this Tyranitar. Come on, opponent. There we go. Alright, well, I think this is the route to victory. Plus, they have the special defense boost from the Sandstorm. So yeah, we need a lot to go right here, and I don't see it happening. Yeah, of course we missed the Focus Blast. Why would we not? And they have Earth Power, which might be enough to take us out. Nope. Thank you, Assault Vest. But the Rockfall will be enough. Okay. Unnecessary crit. That was a close game. Trying to think what we could have done differently. It might have been more correct to target down the Tyranitar. I wasn't anticipating them maxing the Tyranitar, but had we geysered into it, we could have put up a lot of pressure. So yeah, had we geysered into the Tyranitar plus the Surf, we could have done just astronomical amount of damage. Because the Torkoal isn't a threat at that point, especially if we can take the Tyranitar out, because Venusaur doesn't have Sun at that point. So just being able to take it out is not a problem for us. So moving into the last game of today, we see another Sun team with Venusaur, Torkoal, but now we have Dusclops, Togekiss, Gigalith, and Urshifu as well. Based on this team comp, I could see it being either Urshifu, but I'm leaning more towards Dark just because of the Torkoal. And I think you want your Searching Strikes to do as much as possible. But I think it's correct to once again lead Hawlucha Boltund with Raichu. I think Gyarados is correct once again. Might be Togekiss. Like, just Dynamax Togekiss in the late game. Because it can deal with Venusaur, it can hit, like, Gigalith neutrally, and it can deal with the Urshifu. This leaves us a little weak to the Dusclops. Which, I mean, we really don't have a great answer to. Crocodile deals with Torkoal, Dusclops. It can hit the Togekiss. It can hit the Gigalith. Yeah, actually, I'm talking myself into Crocodile here. I like Crocodile. It has a really, really positive matchup outside of Venusaur and the Urshifu. But Urshifu, if we can predict it correctly, we can switch in on a potential Wicked Blow, which will take just fine. And then we'll get Anger Point, just have maxed out attack. So we're going to see Togekiss Dusclops here. So we are going to see the Trick Room go up this turn, but I think that's just fine. You're going to see my Wakan Berry and my Focus Sash. So we're going to taunt the Dusclops. And we're going to nuzzle the Dusclops. But we know Trick Room's going up. Yep. You're going to see the Follow Me. Which is not going to like this taunt. Yep. This is fine, I think. Yeah, you have your Trick Room. Don't really care about that, all things considered. Now we can go for Entrainment on the Boltund. And we can nuzzle the Dusclops this turn. So this turn we might see just a Nightshade. Okay. Into the Hawlucha. And a Gleam, which is really going to hurt the Hawlucha. Which is enough to pick up the KO. Which is really unfortunate. And we're going to get a Nuzzle off once again. Dusclops is so bulky. It's absurd. Just absolutely absurd. So I'm going to bring out Crocodile here, and I'm going to Dynamax it immediately. Just because I really want to deal with this Togekiss. And like, if they crit me, that is more than fine. So we will Steel Spike into the Togekiss and click Protect this turn. No switching out, so this Togekiss should be gone by the end of this turn. Hopefully they crit us. I really want Anger Point to do something this game. Or this, like, video. Specifically this game, like, it would be so good for us. It's a 50% chance to happen. Our good boy is going to protect himself. We're going to see the Nightshade into the Crocodile, not really doing anything. We are going to see the Gleam, which is super effective against the Crocodile. Which just does a ton. And a crit. And Anger Point. Out of here. Out of here. Alright, we did it once. That's all I needed it to happen. Now I'm happy with my life choices. And we get the defense boost all around, which doesn't really mean anything when we're facing down a Dusclops, but I'll take it. We're going to see the Gigalith come out. Might be Dynamaxing this turn. Also depends on what they have in the back. So Crocodile will live a Nightshade. As will Boltund, actually. So what do we like? I kind of want to just Steel Spike the Gigalith. And I want to just switch out the Boltund, but I don't think it's actually doing anything the rest of this game. So we can just go for a Nuzzle into the Gigalith. We do see the Dynamax from the Gigalith. Question is what is it doing and where is it going? Because we don't have Protect on the Crocodile, so this is actually really threatening to us. That Crit Kiss did a lot to us. And I mean, I expected it to, but I didn't realize exactly how much it was going to do. Yep, this is Weakness Policy, which definitely means we are getting knocked out of here. Which means I don't see how we win this game now either. Maybe they somehow miss. Unnecessary crit number 2. Yeah, I don't see how we live this Max Knuckle, especially since they are +2. Yep. So that is also going to be game. Especially since they're now +3. I guarantee they have Max Quake. I mean, we'll go for it, but I don't see any way we actually win this game. This is the last turn in Trick Room? It is. And, of course, we don't have Protect. So yeah, we'll Focus Blast the Gigalith and pray that somehow they aren't able to deal with us. Maybe they can't deal 60 damage to our Raichu. That would be cool. Actually, they don't have the Quake, so that's actually interesting. But yeah, we're not living this. Man, alright. Well, the games we brought Boltund, it did nothing. because unfortunately our opponent just never got paired, and I think had they been paired once that entire game, I think we could have won. But unfortunately, they just weren't. It just never happened, and as a result, like, we just never got to do our thing. And it might just also be that, like, Trick Room's a really hard matchup for this team, and, like, I mean, granted, the first game we lost, we didn't lose to Trick Room, but we lost to, really, like, honestly, we lost to Series 5 stuff, which I'm really, really excited to actually move into Series 6, because, I mean, this team doesn't really lose much. Granted, we lose Togekiss, and we lose Gyarados, which also means that we're most likely going to lose Crocodile, because we don't have a solid way of triggering our Anger Point, which actually, moving into Series 6, you can move Togekiss into Dark Urshifu, so you have Wicked Blow, and Urshifu should be faster than Crocodile, and, like, if you really wanted to, you could Dynamax your Crocodile, and instead give it, move the Life Orb onto it, which I really like the idea of, just having, like, Crocodile, next to Urshifu, go for a Wicked Blow, and, like, immediately set up your Anger Point on turn 1. That could be something that this team could adapt to moving into Series 6. But that being said, everyone, thank you very much for watching today. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment down below telling me how sweet Anger Point Crocodile could potentially be moving into Series 6. Or just Crocodile in general. Crocodile is definitely a Pokemon that I've always liked since its inclusion in Gen 5. And it's the best sunglass wearing crocodile that's ever existed, so you can't prove me wrong on that. So we will be back Thursday for some more games with this team. Really looking forward to it. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications when new stuff goes live, which should be every day moving forward. And go ahead and join the Describer Discord down in the show notes as well. That's where you can submit your own team of the week for us to talk about on the podcast, and for me to actually play games with as well. So thank you very much, everyone. We'll be back. Peace.